So I'm back at my own home. It looks like I just might be condemned to the streets. Look like a mushroom right now. But no matter how I try, how hard I get a job, there's always some discriminator behind the interviewer that wants you to. One guy went in looking for a dishwasher job, told me that I needed to cook. I'm not signing up to cook, man. That should be like a $20 an hour job to know how to cook in Florida. I'm signing up for a dishwasher, but it's more and more looking like this is gonna end up. They don't let you live on this bridge either. They'll kick you out pretty quick. Not pretty quick, but after they figure out that I'm on here, somebody walks by and calls the police or something like that. The wind was a little high, so I went ahead and took off my phone. That's good lighting on the bridge, that's for sure. Yeah, I remember one time I thought, hey, I'll just be a YouTuber. I'm pretty interesting. I went through a lot of interesting stuff, and then I have like 400 views or whatever, and that's not 467. That doesn't matter, like how many views, people you have, because people will talk to you and be like all friendly and nice to you at first, and all of a sudden you're just a nobody. Might even call you your brother, and you just end up being a nobody again. So it doesn't even matter. I'm going through these trials right now, and I don't know if I'm just condemned to be homeless. There's no you don't want to go to shelter here. It's like a prison. Now the governor, something's wrong with him. He make things against the law, like sleeping. People have to sleep. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to set up a tent somewhere, but who really cares if I sleep at night on the side of a sidewalk or whatever? It shouldn't really matter to nobody. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah, you thought it was because of the same-sex thing, but a lot of that was about how they treated the poor. And I'm getting treated pretty bad everywhere I go. All these people expect me to have this high IQ. Every interview I went into, just rejected by everybody. What kind of cop? That one, I finally got to meet up with the homeless girl again, and then she ditched me again like she did the other time. That's the way it is. These homeless people, they don't really care about you. You give them everything you got, and then they still end up stabbing you in the back in the long run. It's just all for themselves when it really comes to it. But I'm supposed to be out here providing. If I did have a woman or whatever, I'm not saying I want to get with this person, but sometimes you just want to make a good friend out here, someone you can trust, and that never happens. You're just like invisible to the world. So I'm just sitting here waiting for my next destruction in my life, that I won't make it to another job, and then I just go apply for another job, and then they expect you to have the IQ of I don't know what, and it's like I'm trying to get a dishwasher job. I'm not trying to be hired to be like to be king. I'm not trying to hire to be an electrician. I'm not trying to hire to even be a plumber, because you got to do a lot of twists and turns. And I pulled up a toilet once because some guy was throwing cigarettes butts and was sleeping on the floor, and while I was paying rent, he was getting to sleep there for free. And so I thought I might fix the toilet, so I messed it up, and then my roommate turned against me. Oh, that's my life. I always have roommates turn against me. I normally have people turn against me. Um, the chef asked me, the problem has to be you. I'm like, oh, maybe the problem is a little bit me, but for some reason, I think the devil speaks to these people inside their mind to go against me. I have been liked in the restaurant business, very loved by the people that I worked with. I don't know why it's so hard. I mean, like the people down there in Culpeper, Flavor on Main, are actually look like better people than the people I seen around. I don't know, at Cheddar's the other day. I guess. And it's funny that you go look online and it's still empty. Maybe he just wanted to cook. After this whole pandemic thing, it's just been a bunch of lies after lies, and RV parks charging a fortune. So you're better off going to go stay in a motel or something because they realize that they can get your money, and so they don't stop charging, and then they won't allow people to come in, and then prices have just gone crazy. And now the job interviewers to wash dishes want you to be a cook. No, a cook does a cook. He's not supposed to wash dishes. Don't do your cooks like that. That's not right. But also the cooks should respect. See, that's like we get no respect as a dishwasher, like I try to tell in one of my videos. But it's really sad what's going on, and I have applied for a whole bunch of jobs and just nothing's going on. So this is why people will become homeless, because they can't find a job. There's no way of them getting a job because they get turned down by everybody. What am I waiting for someone to say yes? There's no one that said yes to me. I've been turned down by 2 people. Maybe it's my disability or something, but obviously they don't care, and then that doesn't matter, and I didn't tell them. And then there's always some reason. Maybe it's because I walk. I don't drive. I really don't know how to fix the solution. I really can't. I'm just probably going to be doomed to be homeless again. That's what I've been thinking lately. This is a society we live in, a society that and then they expect homeless people, like they said, the homeless people, who's going to want to hire a homeless person? Nobody's going to want to hire a homeless person. The only way you can get hired is you go to day labor, and obviously I haven't been waking up for that because you got to get up at 5 o'clock. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to be able to get up not too many years ago, and now it's like, man, I just can't get up for nothing. Maybe I need to start doing my alarm clock a little, maybe 8 o'clock instead of waking up at 10, and just keep on trying harder and harder. But maybe I shouldn't let this bother me. Yeah, John the Baptist, and he was unemployed and ate locusts, and he spent all his time with God. Though you can tell that I haven't actually that strong with God like he was. Even the man was so strong with God, he even says, I must decrease so he must increase. And that is a true statement, because as soon as you get into your feelings and stuff like this, your anxiety, I don't know if anxiety is fear or the fear of the unknown, what it means to somebody. I never knew it'd be so hard. I mean, I have 1 year's experience to get a job dishwashing, and nothing's happening. So I'm very confused. I have a year experience. Why I can't get a dishwasher job? I don't care like how. I worked pretty fast. I actually did 2 people's job. Sometimes I would do both. I get a little behind if the sink at the bottom, they always had a messed up sink or whatever. But what world are we living in when you can't even get a job dishwashing? And it just reminds me why, they need to help out the American citizens more than anything. We're hurting more than anything. We don't want to be a homeless nation. we're becoming that homeless nation, you know, where everybody has to live on the streets. And you got senior citizens living on the streets. They got all kinds of people just living on the streets, and it's gotten a lot worse. And our government does nothing to fix it. And why we even rely on them? I wish we could just get the people to that were interviewing people to hire people instead of judging them. Like, what happened to do not judge? It's not a thing that they listen to in the Bible. When they mean do not judge, it means if you do something wrong, yeah, you're gonna judge. They deserve that. But if you're doing right and they don't know you, then they're not supposed to be able to judge you. It's kind of like I see some of the street preachers like, hey, why are you wearing your underwear and your bathing suit underwear out in the middle of the ocean for everyone to see? Like, you know, like God says dress modest. It's in the Bible, and I don't know why people actually try to argue like that. That's just wrong. But there's a lot of things that are wrong that are never gonna get fixed. And when you got a community like this that don't care for the people, and their places like a prison cell, it's no one likes it. There's not a homeless person on the streets I ever heard a good thing. These people treat you, you know. I already had a video on that too. I always have videos showing the truth, and then I show my life and how I'm living it, and it hasn't changed. It hasn't helped me in any way. I don't get no support from nobody. I don't really care. I'm just gonna let myself kind of like I guess they just expect me to live off the government's check and live here on the streets. And sometimes I think it's better to live on the streets. It's a lot cooler inside here than inside that room's like 100 degrees. It feels like some nights. It's not, but it's at least 80. It feels like 65 out here right now, maybe 70. It feels pretty good, and my room's burning up. But I'm sitting here paying $8.25 a month, and my room's hot, you know, and they got like 12 people in there. I don't know what's going on. That's just, I guess maybe if they had the AC on, they couldn't afford the taxes or something. The taxes have gone crazy up in Florida. There's no shelters helping out people, and then they're going to arrest you. Like, I don't have a place to put people into shelters, and it's normally like the police down here are against you. They're not trying to help you out. They're looking for you with flashlights in places that people don't even care about their property. I don't know if they're paying them underneath the table, but I think it's pretty crooked. I mean, you leave this place behind, and it says rotten, and no one's gonna buy it. It's gonna be there 10 years later probably, because no one can afford. Everybody's moving out of this state because it just isn't working for nobody anymore. Sometimes I don't understand why I do just as much as another YouTuber, and why nobody watches me, and why my views disappear, you know, and like, why I have all these people on my YouTube channel, but no one's actually watching YouTube. I mean, I just can't care about these things, and maybe 1 or 2 people watch me, a family member or something. That's about it. But I used to do like crazy YouTubes, and I stopped doing all that. And if I would have done that, I probably could have made my rates high, because you ever see this guy, he tours around like a camera and he talks to these. I did a video on that too, with these tattooed people, like he's really taking pictures and stuff. Like, he would have been killed already if he was doing. They fake prank on the internet. There's been some real YouTube pranksters, and they normally get killed or something. So as you could tell when something's fake, when there's like 100 convicts you go up to and you're trying to make them mad, and you don't end up getting shot or killed, it's probably fake. Well, let's look at my home up here. the home that the cops won't even let you sleep right here. Like, how are you ever gonna be like bothering anybody? If someone comes here at night, I had one guy wake me up. Like, they told me on the beach, or like, because of narcotics you can't stay here, and there was some other reason you couldn't stay at the beach. It all sounded like it's just like I don't really care, you're poor and I'm not. I found a job and I succeeded in life, and you know, that's one thing in life, says Jesus said, when did you let me in? When did you, you know? And I feel sorry for these people who interview people and judge people, because they have really bad judgment. And you know, that's how wicked our world is. Our world really ain't gonna care about you. I hate it. I'm getting to the spot, and I really do need to wake up at 5 o'clock. And I wish those labor companies were like at 7 o'clock instead of 5. It's kind of crazy too, but it is what it is, and that's the reason why you have to wake up at 5 o'clock. You know, people do it all the time. You know, I have to admit, if I can get back into that rotation of just getting up at 5 o'clock every morning, then maybe I'll be like some of these people who actually wake up at 5 o'clock. Most of these people out right now are probably not going to work. They're probably going across the bridge to go party or something, or go to a bar. Maybe some of them are going home, who knows. I can't actually judge in that way either. But we have a lot of conspiracies, and conspiracies are not from God. It's actually a sin to conspiracy things. So right now I do see that nobody's up here, which that's pretty cool. There's a one light guy right there. Hey, get you a new light. Well, you can't sleep down there either. I'm surprised people are fishing right now, but they are. You're actually not supposed to be on a dark dock. That's another stupid thing, you know. Why can't we just enjoy life? Why is everything gotta be ticketed and arrested, and everybody just gotta be like in trouble for everything? You can't breathe, man. You can't sleep. And then I understand, man, the homeless are wrong for leaving their trash and stuff up like that, and that's what ruins it all for all of us. But you can't judge upon every person because of that. Some people are actually trying to get off the streets. Some people are actually trying to change, but the way that they have it all judging you, and that's why God spoke about it, and none of them listened to his commandments. None of them. And I'm trying to follow his commandments either. I mean, too, not either. It's a hard thing to follow God, and I can see why there's a kingdom up there waiting for us, because we have to reject ourselves day by day. Every day we feel like doing things. We feel like getting drunk. We feel like finding a girl and thinking we're in love, when we're really just in lust. A lot of these people are just using these girls, and it's really sad. That's the way that they do people. And like the other day when I was up there by that homeless girl, there was this other guy just sticking around. And I know that he was just really sticking around to follow that girl, and he was giving her like little comments like, you're pretty or something like that. She told me I was like her brother, and then she's telling this guy who's a totally different color that he's like mine or the brother. And then I'm like thinking in my head, okay, I really was giving this girl an excuse, thinking, you know, she's quite, no, I think she is normal. I just think, but who's gonna fall for that? And, you know, maybe I ought to stop trying to help out people. I can't even help out myself, but that's the kind of person I am. And I went through all this trouble, and I just don't even get. She was supposed to meet me at the bus stop. I was gonna help her out with the phone, because I had an extra phone, because I have this one which I can't afford. This phone's about to put me on the streets, to be honest, or I would have been able to afford the full amount of rent. But hey, I guess I'll have good YouTube content. Living back on the streets, we're all going homeless, and the society don't care, and the job interviewers and people like that are the ones trying to hire cooks for dishwashers, are the ones putting us back on the streets and ripping off America, man. Finding an easy way to rip off America, to slam the people, to keep them on the streets, to put a man down. Judge. All right. So I'm going to peace out of this. I think I talked long enough. Those are my thoughts on the bridge once again.